Any morning that you wake up and you're 6 feet above ground, it's a beautiful day. So I want you to say again to your partner on the left and on the right, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life in this beautiful day, I am delighted to be here with you for this SME conference here at the St.MARK'S Church. Do you realize the history that's being made today? Clap for yourself because you are here and you are part of this history. So am I. We're all glad to be here. I want to say thank you to the Vector. I want to say thank you to God, who's the head of my life, to all of you who are responsible for organizing this great event. For those of you who are in the audience today, for those who've signed up to be vendors to sell their wares, and for those who are participating in this great event, I thank you. And I know you're going to get something from being in this event. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what is entrepreneurship. So what is it? It's a process. Entrepreneurship is a process. And in that process, you're developing, you're organizing, and you're running a small business for a profit, knowing that you may have financial risk. So the young man selling bananas on the corner, is he an entrepreneur? The young man who developed a software so that we can learn how to download pictures more fast and more quickly, is he an entrepreneur? Is he? In a broader sense, even though entrepreneurship is where we decide, we organize, and we plan, and we develop, and we manage a business for a profit, knowing that there may be a risk involved. In today's world, entrepreneurship has sort of changed a bit because it's no more just you making money for yourself. It's also you deciding to be a part of society. In fact, entrepreneurs are to come up with ideas and products that should benefit society. Did you know that? It's not just making money for yourself. It's what can you add to society, to the products and services that you offer. That is what entrepreneurship is. But what is an entrepreneur themselves? An entrepreneur themselves is a person who decided that I'm going to do this. Just like when you decided to give your life to the Lord and you took on a new way of being, you take on a new way of being when you also become an entrepreneurship. People like to say, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur because I can decide my own hours to go to work. But did you also know that the entrepreneur has the responsibility of everything in the business? If you have employees, it is your responsibility to pay them. It is your responsibility to pay the rent on the building or the space that you're operating out of. It is your responsibility to pay your taxes. Oh yeah, it's your responsibility to do that as well. So an entrepreneur is one who decided that I want to do this. And then they're willing to try and see what will happen. Some entrepreneurs make mistakes, just like we all make mistakes in life. But it says when you fall down, you just get right back up again and keep on trying, because the spirit of an entrepreneur is the spirit of one who believes that they can, even though things may be happening or going on in their life. Today, we have a parking lot full of entrepreneurs, even in this day and age when things are hard for many of us. But they are here to sell their wares or here to sell their services. Please visit them, but don't just stop by. Dig in your pocket, pull something out, because they came here to make a profit. Remember, entrepreneurs are in the business of organizing a business, but they're also there to make a profit. And there is a financial risk to it, because sometimes the profit that you plan to make, you don't make. So what you need to do in the meantime is to be sure that you have a financial advisor by your side to help you run through the business and know the things that you should do and should not do or could do. But most important, When you're working on developing your business and making it be whatever you want it to be sure to keep God in that. God is not separate from you, and your business is not separate from you, so God is not separate from you. I am so delighted to see here in Kenya that we're having a SME conference at no other place than the house of the Lord. Ooh, that makes me feel so good. Because when we go out and make that money through the business, the scripture says 10% comes back to the house of the Lord. So remember, in that business of yours, just like you set aside money to pay KRA, the taxes, set aside money within that business to pay back to the house of the Lord, which is the place where you got your training from the very first place and from the very first start. An entrepreneur, again, is someone who has an idea and who will work that idea, and they're going to create a product or they're going to create a service that people will buy, as well as organizations to support their effort. So listen, being an entrepreneur is not a hard thing. It's making a decision, standing behind that decision, and working it. Today, tomorrow, and on Sunday, you're going to receive training about entrepreneurship. You're going to receive ways of how to make things and do things. Look at the vendors and see what they've done. In some cases, you may find one company, let's say they sell vitamin supplements, but you may find 3 or 4 that's here today. What does that say to you? It says to you that life is real, that you may not be the only one selling tomatoes. There may be others, but continue to sell yours. Continue to sell yours. Take advantage of this conference today. Go by into the booths and get the training that's there for you. You see, you have young men and women of God who've decided that they want you to understand more about the business. And so we brought it right here to you here at the St. Mark's Church. Once again, thank you for this moment to describe what entrepreneurship is, but it's you deciding, just like when you decided that you were going to give your life to God and you decided to walk another way, you will do the same thing with your entrepreneurship. All right? It's having the heart and the will and the desire. And even though you make a mistake, it's all right. It's all right. You can start over. You can start again. So don't be surprised if you have a lot of entrepreneurs out there today who's telling you, come to my booth, come to my booth. You go, and you go with joy and glee, knowing that they're doing something to improve not only their life, but their family's life, and their community life, and their church life, and yes, you, because those products and services that they are making and supplying is for you, the public. Thank you for this moment. I invite you again to visit every booth, and I'll see you at the SME St. Mark's Conference. Thank you.